Hey folks, in today's short video blog, I'm going to share the 3 myths of happiness and how to be the happiest person you know. It's Kute Blackson here, nationally best-selling author of You Are the One. Happiness. When I say happiness to you, what does it mean? What do you think of? What images come to mind? You know, from childhood to now, we all have a certain idea and definition of happiness. Yet, we all know we want to be happy. And in fact, everything we do, right, from the food we eat, what we drink, smoking, having sex, buying clothes, driving cars, going on vacations, everything we do, every decision, every act, whether we're aware of it or not, is ultimately designed in a pursuit of happiness, whether we're conscious of it or not. Happiness, yet, if everything we do is really in the pursuit of happiness, when we look at the planet today, why is it that so few of us are actually, truly happy? In America, 65% of people are said to be clinically depressed and on antidepressants. Why is it that so few of us are truly, deeply, authentically happy? So if I were to ask you, are you truly happy right now? I'm not talking about I'm kind of happy. No, I mean deeply happy, like you are the happiest person you know. Deeply happy, deeply fulfilled. If I were to ask you, is there more? Could you be more? Chances are the answer would be, well, I'm not deeply happy. I'm not as happy as I could be. And yes, there is more. So why are we not so happy? What I found is, in a quest for happiness, we chase happiness. We think things outside will make us happy. So in a quest for happiness, we chase for more happiness, and the chase for happiness tends to make us less happy. We have to realize paradigm shift number 1. Happiness is not a function of what you achieve or what you get outside. And the quest for happiness, the pursuit for happiness, tends to push happiness further away because it puts happiness in the function of time. And so the more we seek happiness, the more we want happiness, the more we chase happiness, the less happy we are in the moment. Happiness is not about what you achieve, attain, or get. When you make happiness a function of what you achieve, attain, or get, likely you'll never be happy because you'll always be in a process of achieving, attaining, and trying to get something. Imagine you went to watch a movie in a movie theater, right? And you went to watch this great movie, and you only got to see 2 seconds of the movie, and then there was a 24-hour intermission. You got to see another 2 seconds, and then a 24-hour intermission. Another 2 seconds, and that's kind of how happiness is for us. We have a fleeting second of, I ate the ice cream, I had sex, I got the guy, I bought the thing, I got the handbag, I achieved the goal, I did the PhD, I'm so happy, and 2 seconds, and then back to 24 hours intermission. And we're constantly putting our happiness on hold for some special moment in the future of when we get that thing. What are some of the things you've been putting your happiness on hold for? What are some of the things you have been postponing your happiness? The ego tends to convince us. When this and this and this happens, then I'm going to be happy. When this and this and that happens, I'm going to be happy. This is a lie. This is a myth. This is a trick of the ego. The ego is constantly trying to seek and seek and seek and seek and seek and never find. The ego has no interest in being happy. The ego has no interest in finding. The ego has no interest in truly healing. Because the moment the ego finds happiness, joy, peace, its job is, it dissolves. Part of what keeps the ego, the sense of our own separate existence, identity going, part of what keeps the ego alive is the sense of separation. And in that, we have to constantly be seeking something out there to connect with. So please don't be tricked. Don't be hoodwinked by the desire of the ego convincing you when you attain that thing, then you're going to be happy. It's an illusion. At best, it will last a few seconds. I mean, how many things have you actually achieved? You were happy for a second, and then you were unhappy again. Happiness is a function, not of what you attain or get, is a state of being. When you connect with who you really are, your truth, your authenticity, your divinity, your inner infinity, your authentic nature as a human being, and you're living that, being who you really are, not what someone else wants you to be, it's happiness. Happiness is true harmony within. Are you being yourself? So, what things you think you need to achieve to be happy is an illusion, and are you being yourself fully? 3 happiness myths I will share with you very quickly, my friends. Number 1, the myth that I'll be happy when I find my soulmate. I find that perfect romantic partner. When I find them, then I'm going to be happy. In the meanwhile, I'll be miserable. And that sets us up. Number 1, it puts so much pressure on that person. Number 2, it makes it sound like there's just one special person out there that's the source and responsible for your happiness, which is also not true. And it also makes it sounds like once you find that person, you'll live happily forever after because they will be perfect. Please be aware there is no perfect human being. Even when you meet your soulmate, the one for you, your true life partner, your true soul's destiny, they're going to have their issues, they're going to have their stuff, because a relationship is a process of growth and evolution, and you attract someone into your life because there's lessons you have to learn. There's going to be lessons. So if your happiness is dependent on once you find that person, it's going to be perfect, there's going to be no issues, you're going to live in a certain utopia, you're setting yourself up for more misery. And how many times, imagine this, when you're single, you couldn't wait to be married or in a relationship. Then when you're in a relationship, you're like, damn it, I miss those days when I was single. This is the game of the ego that is constantly seeking something other than what is here right now. Second happiness myth is when I achieve my goal, when I finally achieve some idea of success, when I finally attain my PhD, when I finally get that car, when I finally, launch that business and it gets to a certain level, when I finally have a certain amount of Facebook followers, Instagram followers, when you fill in the blank of what it is that you think you need in order to be happy, in order that defines success. That is simply postponing your happiness. What we have to be willing to do is question our definition of success. For many of us, our definition of success makes it impossible for us to be successful. For many of us, our definition of success is based on programs and conditioning that have been passed down to us from our parents, from childhood, based on what we were told success should be. And when we attain that, then we can be happy. And many of us, we don't allow ourselves to be happy until we attain that thing. And even when we do, we're on to the next thing. So, have the courage to first and foremost let go of your parents and someone else's and society's definition of success and happiness for you, and find out who am I really and what makes me truly happy. You are not here on this planet to ultimately make other people happy. Spending your time and energy trying to make other people happy will likely make you more unhappy. The paradox is when you make yourself truly happy, truly authentically happy, chances are you'll radiate a certain energy, and because you're happy, you will not only attract more people into your life, you'll make other people happy because you'll be happy to be around, right? And so myth number 2 is this idea: when you finally arrive at some point, when you finally have the kid, when you finally have 3 kids, then you're going to be happy. And then what we do is we're constantly postponing happiness. It's great to have goals. It's great to have a vision and intention, but we must learn to enjoy the process and the journey in this moment. This is a key to happiness. So many of us, in a pursuit for a goal, in a pursuit for some ideal, we miss the moment. We miss life. We miss this moment. Oh my God, I can't wait till there's a vaccine. I can't wait till, lockdown is over. I can't wait. Then I can be happy. And happiness is in the now. Third happiness myth is when I achieve, this is more specific, when I attain a certain amount of income, a certain amount of money, then I'm going to be happy. This idea that money makes you happy is a myth. I've worked with some of the most successful people in the world, billionaires, some of whom you might have know about, you've heard of, you've read about. Money does not make you happy. I believe money brings out more of what's inside of you. And if you're filled with pain, trauma, hurt, guilt, shame, unresolved stuff inside, money will just bring that to the surface. And so the myth is, when I can make enough money, $1 million, $10 million, $1 billion, see, the ego is always seeking for more. When I make $1 million, then I'm going to be happy. Once you achieve the $1 million, you'll see someone else who has $10 million, you want $10 million, someone who has $100 million, and it's just $1 billion to 100. It's just never-ending game of the ego that you must be aware of. The game of seeking, and never finding. A study has been done in a university that showed that up until 75%, the expansion of happiness was significant. But once someone started earning $75,000, to be specific, once someone started earning $75,000 a year, after that, the impact on your happiness level was actually negligible. So folks, here's the deal. Ultimately, no matter what you achieve and attain, it won't make you happy, because you'll reach a point of dissatisfaction. No matter what you get at the end of your life, you can't take anything with you. And if that's the case, realize this. Happiness comes from two things. It comes from your ability to take your gifts and use those gifts to bless and serve other people's lives. When you're truly being of service, if your life is all about yourself, when your life is all about me and mine and getting, you will be guaranteed unhappy and miserable. So focus on, how can I be of service? How can I be of service? Giving my gifts that inspire me. That's number one. And realize, when you put your happiness in the hands of something outside of yourself, an event, the president, your friends, your family, something needs to occur for me to be happy, you are now a victim and a slave. Happiness, here is the key, is a choice. Happiness is a choice that you can make in any given moment. So in any moment, you're going through your life, ask yourself this question: am I happy right now? Well, no. Could I be happy right now? Sure I could. Why am I not happy right now? If you're honest, you might come up with all sorts of excuses, but if you're honest, you will realize there is no reason for you to not be happy right now. All the excuses you come up with are just that. They're excuses of the mind. I'm not happy because of this. I'm not happy because of that. If this were different, if that were... Could I be happy right now? The answer, if you're honest, is yes. Then ask yourself, why am I not? If you go down to the deepest level, the only response, if you're honest, that you can give yourself is, I'm choosing not to be. I'm refusing to be. You start seeing that you and me, we as human beings, are resisting and refusing to be happy. It is a choice. Happiness is a choice, no matter what's happening outside. Quarantine, no quarantine, whether you travel, making money, not making money, you always have the power to determine your reality by the choices you make. In any given moment, you can choose to be happy. Try it. I dare you. Happiness is your choice. Dear friends, hope you enjoyed this short video. Do me a favor, go to KuteBlackson.com. Make sure you subscribe and enter your name and your email to receive some free gifts on finding your purpose. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and share this video with your friends. Love now.